The Fresha Festival is one of Durban's newest arts festivals, offering alfresco theatre on the Durban beachfront. This year's lineup will run from Friday the 19th of January to Sunday the 21st of January and on the Bay of Plenty Lawns. And joining us from our Durban studios is the festival director, Emma Durden. A very good morning to you, Emma. Thank you so much for joining us and welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning, Cynthia. Very nice to be here.
Indeed. Now, the festival, first of all, focuses on the development of community theatre groups in KwaZulu-Natal. Is there a gap where not enough attention is being paid to community-based theatre in KZN?
Yeah, it's a very difficult step for people to take from almost an amateur level of creating theatre in their own communities to being accepted on the professional stage. And so Twist Theatre Development Projects, which is the organisation behind Fresha, we started in 2009, just sort of recognising that gap and seeing there needs to be some kind of bridge between community theatre and professional theatre. And so Fresha itself doesn't focus simply on community theatre, but it is an opportunity for some of the community groups that work with Twist projects to showcase their work at the festival, which is outdoors on the beach and just really open to a whole lot of people to see.
Now, Emma, take us through the new developments for this year's festival and if you can, take us through the program as well.
Yeah, the program's very varied. Because we do it on the beachfront, it's got to be accessible to anybody from any age, and also language-wise it's got to be accessible. So we take non-verbal theatre. So we have some dance pieces, some beautiful pieces. A lovely dancer who's based at one of the Playhouse dance companies, Christy Lee Greaser, she's doing a really lovely solo piece, and she has a sort of a ballet style, and ballet on the beachfront is just so unusual that we had to go with that. We've got a wonderful artist called Dung Jahangir, and he is a sort of conceptual performance artist. He does very unusual things. This year I think it's going to be something involved burying alive in sand, which is going to be fascinating to watch. We have an artist from the Netherlands, Gerard Altar, who is a street comedian, and he's hilarious. Everybody loves him. We had him last year and we just had to bring him back because the response to his work was so amazing. We've got a group from Pietermaritzburg, Born Legends Productions, and they're one of the community groups that have grown up onto the professional stage. They're doing a piece which is about a guy who wants to do a sacrifice on the beachfront, and he encounters a security guard who just won't allow it. So there's some topical stuff, there's some satirical stuff, and a lot of comedy, a lot of dance.
And how can one become part of the program? Is there some sort of auditioning process involved?
We do a call for applications earlier on in the year. So in about August, we send out a broad message to the arts community saying the festival's happening in January. If you're interested in participating, then please send through a proposal. And it's quite difficult for people because there's very little free theatre in South Africa and there's very little street theatre. It's difficult for people to understand what that is and how to put a proposal in. So we get proposals for 40-minute plays that are serious, that are dealing with abuse and AIDS and all of the social issues that generally we want to see talked about in theatre, but we say you can't talk about those in a play that's dialogue based on the beachfront. It's just simply not going to work. People won't stand for 40 minutes and watch a play. So all of the work that we choose from the proposals that come through are 15 to 20 minutes, and we've got to have something that's visual, that has some kind of sound element that will attract people. Otherwise people will just carry on walking. So it's really looking at ways to make people stop, just ordinary people who are out for a walk or a cycle or a skate on the beachfront, that we want them to stop and say, oh, okay, this is what theatre can be.
And you'll also be offering free dance lessons, I understand. Tell us more about these.
Yeah, that's great. There's a company called Mayise Productions in Durban, and they've developed an organisation called Movement Lab, which currently does dance classes on a Saturday morning at the Stables Theatre in Durban. And we called them up and said, would you like to do it on the beachfront? And so they're doing a dance exercise class on the Saturday morning. It's 8 to 9 o'clock. And then on Sunday morning, a Zumba class. So, and it's any level. You really don't have to have well, you can have two left feet if you like. You've got no experience necessary. Come down, spend an hour dancing, go for a swim afterwards to cool off. I think that's going to be really nice, the dance classes. And we also have open classes for street theatre afterwards. So anybody who's an aspiring actor or comedian or wants to learn how to busk better than they're currently doing can come and join a class with Gerard O, who's our Dutch invited artist. And he's doing classes from 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock on both Saturday and Sunday as well.
Emma, all the best in your preparations. Thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it. That was Emma Durden, the festival director of the Fresha Fest, which is set to take place from the 19th to the 21st of January this year. All right, moving from Durban to